Alright, so there's a few things we're going to go over and then hand out some awards. First of all, thank you for being here. I remember a few years ago, we had plenty of room. Now we don't, which is a great thing. We're going in the right direction. You know, we always say we want an army out here, so we want those numbers to keep coming in, boys' side and the girls' side. If we have to go somewhere else, we'll do that. But part of the reason why this program is so exciting, I didn't bring ours, but boys and girls both were runner-up in the state. Some of you that didn't finish top 9 who your season ended after region, maybe didn't know that. Medal on, maybe we'll take a picture and we'll clap. Cool? First person, Jackson Stacy. Grant Morse. Jeremy Reed. Jack Mooney. With a Rookie of the Year, which I like this award because I'm hoping this person will stay with cross country, because from what I hear they're very talented in a lot of other sports. But Rookie of the Year is somebody that has never run before. This is their first year. This individual is in 7th grade. Stop trying to guess. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. This person's in 7th grade. Day 1 in the summertime, he impressed me. All year long, he was dropping minutes, dropping seconds. He ended up with a 1926. This student, this athlete, this young man is very special, and that is Jonah Stone. Improved. Doesn't necessarily mean from day 1 to the end of the year. It could be most improved from last year. As soon as the season started in the summertime, I saw something different in this young man. He started taking this sport really serious. Blew my socks off this year of how much he improved, how hard he worked every single day, and that makes all the difference in this sport. You can't slack for a second. It'll show. It's not like another sport where you can pass the ball off or call timeout. When we're running, it's up to you. You have to dig deep, and this person did that every single day. Day in and day out, and that person is Mr. Jack Moody. Grader that ran 17:30, I think, 17:35. So a 9th grader running that fast is really special, Jack. So quit soccer, please. Next is my Coach's Award. I can give all 34 of my runners a Coach's Award. I hate the name of it, but I look for somebody that is doing so much outside the sport of cross country. Now, this person, he's in charge of a lot. He's the head of this club. He's the president of this club. He's coach, I have to go save the world. I'll be back tomorrow. So when we do have him at practice, he's there working hard every day. If he misses practice because he's saving the world, I know he's doing what he has to do on his own. And my coach's award for this year goes to Jackson State. And my last award for the season, I don't know what it is. It's for my most valuable runner. It is somebody that, you know, doesn't necessarily have to be my #1 runner. This year it ended up being that way. There's no secret there, but it's somebody that had to go through a lot this year. Injury, and some other things that had to overcome. So it really tested his character, and he beat it. So I'm really impressed by his attitude. Most things, a high school senior, if something negative happens in your life, you might be able to see, you know, them put their head down or really affect other avenues of their life, and this didn't at all. He really came back with a lot of energy, and it changed our team's season. It really did. I was noticing, you know, we weren't carrying ourselves like we used to with this confidence that I tried to instill in the boys. We just weren't happy. We weren't the family that we've always been for the last couple of years. And as soon as we got this runner back, things just changed. I felt different. The practices felt different. You know, we started to loosen up a little bit more. So it's great that that type of person is your #1 runner, is your fastest runner. But to get this type of athlete back in the middle of the season and for him to perform the way he did, breaking his records and running an unbelievable state meet time of 16:52, which was fast. Part of the all-state team, and my most valuable runner this year is Blake Martin.
Hey, and Blake, you beat that kid from Ainer.
Thank goodness.
I was in love that quote in the paper. I just want to beat that kid from Ainer.
What a fantastic job. Speaking of that, he and I, you know, often talk. We come up with strategies. We come up with certain things that we like to do in practice and we like to do during races. And you know, I couldn't think of anyone I'd rather be coaching with than this guy. He's a super guy. He and I we click together. We understand each other. We feed off of each other. And I'm really thankful to have him as one of my friends and as one of my fellow coaches. Okay, so just like what Coach Delbagno did, we're going to start with participation real quick. And Jones, Samantha Kelly, Emily, a fantastic job all throughout the season. But when it came down towards the end, these girls were the ones who emerged on top. They were the ones that really carried us to this nice trophy behind us. And we're extremely excited about them, and we're excited about, in fact, our entire group and what we have coming back in the coming years. So it's been a great season. We finished second in the state. We knew going into that race that it was basically all on the line. I mean, it was going to be between us and about 4 other teams, and these girls knew what was at stake. And if they don't perform the way they performed on that particular day, then we're sitting back and we're looking at 3rd place. We're not looking at a 2nd place trophy. We're watching Bishop England, or we're watching Pendleton step up to that podium, and it's not us. And these girls really came through when it mattered the most, and they really showed a lot of effort, a lot of desire, a lot of tenacity, and a lot of determination, and just no give-up attitude the whole time during that race. It was fantastic, and I was really excited about it. It just makes you realize that, hey, it was probably one of the most rewarding experiences I've had as a coach. It's the hardest I think I've ever fought for a second place trophy, but it's probably the one that I will probably remember the most, just for the simple fact that it just came down to who wanted it more. And our girls wanted it more on that particular day, and it was just a great day all the way around. So I'm going to call these names out, and again, we'll give them a round of applause. Amelia Jones. Jamie Barnett. Ronnie Arnold. Mary Butler to Spain. Shari Quigley. Madeline Frankie. Samantha Kelly. Riley Allison. Caroline Daniels. Was Miss Briley Arnold. Our region champion this year, second year in a row, Miss Amelia Jones. Riley, come back up here. Took off, right? Had a lot of newcomers, and boy did they come to play, and they came to play hard. Never in my 16, 17 years, going into 17 this year, have I seen a group come in and have such a huge impact the way that this group did. And that really says a lot. See these 7th graders and 8th graders come in and really try to take charge and really help this team out. And they did in a big way. So this was a hard decision, it really was. So I started looking at things too as to, what was actually going on, who was having an impact, and it really showed a lot during that race. And she showed a lot that last the lower state race, where we had just some awful conditions for those of you that didn't know about it. Raining hard, wind blowing. I mean, these girls could have easily just said, hey, I don't know about this. She did a great job in the state race, and so I think she's really deserving of this award. This young lady is Miss Madeline Franklin. Facebook, and if you get a chance, go check it out. But there were a lot of really, really great pictures on Facebook, and thank you parents for putting those up, because they were awesome. But our most improved is going to be Miss Shari. This award is the Warrior Award / Coaches Award. Really, again, a tough decision. But like I said, I just had so many great kids this year. Really did. This one was a tough one, but when it came down to it, I kind of knew who I wanted to give this award to. This young lady has been with our program for a while now, and there are colleges that are calling me, wanting this young lady to come and run for them. And that's pretty amazing. I've been at schools where I never even heard from colleges, but I've fielded 3 phone calls just in the last 2 days of people wanting this young lady to come and run at their school. And that speaks a lot for her, it speaks a lot for our program. She has really been a trooper. I think she took a lot of these, especially some of these young ones, I think she took those girls under her wing. They followed her, they looked up to her. She's a great leader, she's a great person. She's a great student too, and I know that in the classroom after I looked at some of her scores, so that was pretty awesome to see too. But our Warrior Award is going to go to Miss Jamie Farnett. Okay, and our next award, which is probably not going to come as any surprise, so we all know Amelia Jones is our most valuable runner. But let me say some things about Amelia. Amelia had a great season. Of course, we know that from looking at her time, seeing what she did. You know, I remember, I just keep thinking back to last year. The girl I saw last year and the girl that I see this year are basically almost 2 different girls. I mean, there was a girl that, you know, sometimes she doubted herself, and she didn't show that this year at all. You didn't see that doubt. Last year's win at the state championship was a great, great win for our program. It was a great win for her. But to see her come back knowing that everyone in the state knows who she is, they know what she's capable of doing, and every race that she went into, those people were coming after her. And that's a lot of pressure. To know that every race you go into, people know that you're the state champion, and they're coming after you. Because they feel if they can beat you, then they've got a shot at it too. And for those of you that were at the race, to see Amelia run that race was just amazing. I mean, for the first 2 miles, and I know y'all read the quotes in the paper, but for those first 2 miles, that girl was dead on her. But when Amelia saw and realized that she had a lot more to give, especially after coming up to the top of that hill, she just broke away, and that girl was just a distant memory. It was amazing. Last year was great. This year it was even nice to see, even more so, just because she had somebody with her. That girl, she could have easily said, I can't get rid of this girl, I can't shake her off. But she knew that the training, she trusted in me, but she trusted in Coach Del Bagno too, because he helped me with her this year. But both of us together, I think, did a great job with her. She's just an excellent runner. She's got a really, really bright future. But you know, I can't say much more because it's just, I could go on for days and days and days about it. Our most valuable runner is going to be Miss Amelia.
School record, right?
Awesome.
I want to come up here and say thank you so much to Coach D and Coach Walker, but especially Coach D. I know a lot of us have been seniors, and I know at least Grant and Blake and I have been with Coach D since 8th grade, or not since 8th grade, we've been running since 8th grade, but Coach D, I don't know, the cross-country program just was like...
So proud of these girls. Girls, congratulations. Thank you all for everything you've done for
We just didn't know. And then one of our teammates actually got hurt in a race. And I remember Coach White was so caring, and he took us all to go see her. And he just knew exactly what to say, and he was just so sweet to all of us. And I think that's when I knew, like, Coach White's like a good guy. And then he turned out to be, like, the best coach
There's some cool pictures on the back as well too. So, but this is a very hard group to replace. I never want to replace them. Hopefully, we just have more of the same.
1, 2, 3.